Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Gopijana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana, Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana, Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana, Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana, Yashodanandana Vrajanarandana, Yamuna Tira Vanatari, Tira Vanatari, Yamuna Tira Vanatari, Yamuna Tira Vanatari, Yayura Ramadhava, Kunja Bihari, Yayura Ramadhava, Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jayo Radha Natabara, Radha Natabara, Radha Natabara, Radhe, Jaya Radha Natabara, Radha Natabara, Radha Natabara, Radhe, Jayo Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe, Jayo Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radhe, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Sunday Love Feast. Today is the first day of Kartik, and it's the first time you are coming. Oh, you know. Oh, okay, that's good. Very good. So she knows a little bit. So today we're going to talk about. See, before you make anything, you prepare for it, right? You prepare everything. If you're whether it's cooking or constructing a home or you're decorating anything, you prepare first. That's usually the process. And then while preparing, the mood, and then why you are preparing it. So that will make you success, the outcome of what you do, what you wanted to do. So this entire month, Damodar, is very auspicious month for spiritual uplifting, spiritual realization, like go deeper in the spiritual path. So what I'm going to talk about today is the preparation for that. So tuning of consciousness, tuning of mind for Damodar Lila. So we all know the story. Most of us know the Lila itself. I will not go detail into the Lila, but before that, so what happens, what we can learn, so that the entire month will be stay tuned. So is that okay? So having said that now, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatam Maham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Vivasati Gauda Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's a lot of programs going on right now. We didn't see many devotees, but however, we'll move on. Next 45 minutes, we will talk. And if you have any questions, comments, we can discuss at the end. So, in general, this world, Hare Krishna, this world, there's a lot of things we see around. If you see around, either people are suffering or people are enjoying. Some are having good time, some are having suffering. A lot of misunderstanding, this and going on. So if you see from the Vaishnava theology perspective, what is the reason? What is the reason is that based on what we do, that's what we get. If somebody does good results will come. Somebody is bad, did bad activities, the bad results come. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tasya Kartaram Apimam Vidya Kattam Abhim. I have nothing to do with this. Before you want to drive a car, you have to take the license. To get a license, you have to read the book, you have to take a written test. So government tell you what to do, what not to do. Now once you give the written exam, based on that, if you pass, they'll give driving license card. So now as government will not come and check you, right? It's up to us. If something goes wrong, then it's our responsibility. The same thing here, karma works in the same principle. So we know theory, what to do, what not to do. Repercussions out there. Krishna says, now it's your choice. So whatever you want, you own it, because that's your responsibility to do it. So that's one what most of the 99% things going on in the world. So what goes on comes around. So people either suffering, enjoying as they on their own accord and their own desire, and they're willing to take responsibility. Even if they're not taking responsibility, they will be held responsible. That's for me, for you, everybody. So that's the first path. Second path, those who are wanted to change. Those who wanted to change, like Hare Krishna, those who wanted to change and those taking the path of bhakti, and they're going through the path. It's called sadhaka, practicing. So while that is going on, While that is going on, now second, that's called purification process. Purification process, that means, Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you. So purification process. What is purification? That means we accepted responsibility. Now I want to get better. So when doing that, that means I have done it in the past. Because of me, somebody either suffered or had a good time. So now I have to take responsibility. Krishna, what he does, he interferes. Here he interferes. That's what he says, Sarvadharmam Parityajnam Mam Ekam Saranam. If you surrender to me, I'll take care of you. That's my obligation. So when that happens, then when Krishna sees what is good for us, Yesham Antagaram Punyanam Jananam Punya Karmanam Te Dunda Vinimotam, what is that? Te Dunda Boh Vinimotam Bhajantamam Prabhupata. Says either good or bad, if he thinks is not good for us, even if it's a good, he'll remove it. Even if it's bad, it will bring it to us. So as a purification. So like whatever he does, it is good for us to go towards Krishna, then he'll bring it. Like Pandavas. For example, they didn't do any bad things, but however they went through. But however, this example not for them. But in general, sadhaka, the devotee is practicing, they go through it. So sometimes Krishna make it a little faster, fast forward. And so that the intensity is reduced. Sometimes it may happen in the dream. For example, you're supposed to get an accident, and then it happens in the dream. So you go through some emotions. You go through the pain. When you got up, it's gone. So that's a purification process. Like the tiger is chasing. You run. You look for a higher ground. You look for a tree. You look here and there. You'll be running right behind. You perspiring. You're like anxiety and stressful. Everything is going on. But finally, somebody, you got up. The whole body is there, but there is no tiger. But you experience the same pain. So that is gone. So like that, Krishna is so merciful. He'll do those things which is good for you. It's a purification process. The third thing, which is actually subject today, is called glorification. Like a Pandavas, great devotees. So Krishna will tell the world what to do, what not to do, by using them as an example. So today, example is we talk about Yashoda. Yashoda Mai, mother Yashoda. God doesn't have father, mother, but however, he has his pure devotee who act as his mother. So Yashoda Mai is and Nanda Maharaj, both are his eternal servants, lives in spiritual world with him. Whenever Krishna comes, they also come. She has a unique role that nobody else. We'll talk about it a little later in detail. She has a unique role that nobody. Krishna has many friends. Krishna has many relatives. Krishna has many wives. But there is only few people which is unique. One is Radharani. Nobody take a role. Second is Balaram. Nobody takes his role. Nobody cannot do. Same thing, Yashoda. So there is actually 5 rasas like neutrality, master servant, Sakya, friendship. Next is Vatsalya. Highest is Madhurya. So Vatsalya, we'll talk about Vatsalya. Vatsalya has two parts. Vatsalya with Aishwarya, Vatsalya with Madhurya. So Vatsalya with Aishwarya, like for example, there is a few devotees. Devaki Vasudeva, and Vasudeva has more wives besides Devaki. They are all the same mood. And also Kunti and ladies of Mathura. They have Vatsalya Bhav for Krishna with Aishwarya. But higher than that, Vatsalya with Madhurya. Intimate relation. Like Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Rohini Mataji, and then Brajavasis. Like when Brahma stole Gopas and Gopis, and then Krishna became the son. So for 1 year, that ladies who fed Krishna, thinking that he's their own son. So they have the same vow. But out of all, even surpassing Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Mai is the highest. Yashoda Mai highest in the Vatsalya Madhurya. Why we will understand. So when Krishna comes, he also brings his entourage, his pure devotees, like that. So there's one such couple who was a manifestation or expansion of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj called Dhara and Drona. So they came here and they were living in the heavenly planets. They again did penances. The Brahma asked them, "What do you want?" "We want to have Krishna as a child." He said, "So be it." So next life they became Yashoda and then Nanda Maharaj. So that is a previous life. So Yashoda Mai actually is born in Mehrana, is a place very close to Varshana. And then her father and mother is Patula Devi and Sumukha Prabhu. So their parents, and then eventually she married to Nanda Maharaj, who is the son of Parjanya. So Parjanya has a Kshatriya wife, which is Vasudev, father, and then so Vaishya wife, which is come. Their children is Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Sunanda, like Nanda Nandana. There's 5 children. 5 of them, 4 did not marry. Only Nanda Maharaj, even though it's the smallest, he became a king of Vrindavan. So that Nanda Maharaj married Yashoda. So this is a little background about this one. So now Krishna wanted to glorify. Damodar month is not about Krishna. The name is there. It's all about Yashoda Mai. When there is no Yashoda, there is no Damodar pastime. So just to glorify his mother, how great and what is the supreme most position which nobody cannot even compare and come close, to show that the world that's what he did this pastime. So Rupa Goswami, like Jiva Goswami explained in Paramatma Sandarbha, Vishwanath Chakravarti, there's so many. I'm going to quote here and there. What did they do? So you're all listening so far? Okay. So this Yashodamai is actually, she has such an absorption. It's explained in scripture that she's very stout and big lady with a long hair and with a lotus-like eyes. That her eyes is always watering, because she's always looking an opportunity to how to serve Krishna, how to serve my son. In that perspective, she don't even recognize he is God. She has love is so huge, so intense, that she don't think Krishna, who is her son, is a God. So Krishna also tried only one time, but he was unsuccessful, to show his opulence, but like especially when he was trying to show his cosmic manifestation through his mouth when he ate the dirt. You know the story. So that time, momentarily, when initially he said, "I didn't eat dirt," she said, "Okay, show me mouth." He opened the mouth, he saw entire cosmic manifestation, creation, destruction, everything. In that, she also saw Krishna showing this pastime to her, and she also saw herself. When that happened, she momentarily thought, "Oh my God, who is this? What's happening? Is he God?" This and that. And then eventually, she's so powerful with the bhakti, and then now, oh, okay, he cannot be. He always running here and there from me to look for, and then she's scared of this. How can there could be some Maya? She just said, "Okay, chal, no problem. Come with me." So Krishna tried to show his supremacy, it didn't work. So that's one time he tried, he was not successful. So she was always subservient to Yashoda Mai. So then, because of that absorption, and then this also explained, like, so Krishna, through his sweet words, through his pastimes, through his presence, everything he tried, but he could not persuade her to show that he is God. No, there's no special treatment. You are my son. I have to teach you. I have to discipline you, and I have to prepare you so that you'll become a good boy in the future. You'll get a good girl as a wife. So this is what her saying, like, okay, chal, no problem. Whatever you want, Krishna gave. So Krishna tried that, and then Krishna explained in Jiva Goswami explained. There's a little technical here. So Krishna is a self. I'll keep it here because if I remove it, I cannot see from far. If I keep it, I cannot see it close. Like a Tatastha Shakti. I had to keep it here just to show you, otherwise I cannot see. Then if I don't keep it, I cannot see this. So close. Okay. So Krishna is a Atmaram. We all know that. Why? He's a God. He's self-sufficient. Everything is come from him. So everything emanates from him. He is always happy. So that aspect of Krishna called Swarupa Ananda. And there is another where he derived the pleasure is called Tat Swarupa Shakti Ananda. That means it's coming from his devotees, his expansions. You singing for him, Prabhu sang very nicely. So somebody is dressing, somebody is doing this. Like, they're glorifying Krishna. Through devotees, he derived pleasure. Like a father also, like, we saw a father, then they have his own life, but he also derived pleasure from children. Looking at when children is growing up, like, a mother is doing good job, is studying well, is behaving nicely. The father feel happy. The same thing, Krishna also feel happy, blissful when he sees his devotees doing well. So that's called Tat Swarupa Shakti Ananda. There are so many things are there, but ultimately this Ananda is coming from Aladini Shakti, which is Radharani. And then there is three internal potency and external potency. You all know that. I'm just quickly say that. Internal potency, Satchit Ananda. We all know Satchit Ananda, eternal knowledge in this world. That's in the material world. It's also spiritual world. But they're called Haladini, Samvit, and Sandhini. Haladini is Radharani. If Krishna want to derive any pleasure, that's come from the Haladini Shakti. It's Radharani. Next is anything Chit potency, which is Samvit. And the next is Sandhini, which is Balaram. So this Samvit is actually Balaram plus Yashoda. It is explained. Anything is Samvit Shakti, Krishna derived pleasure coming from Balaram and also from Yashoda. Just imagine, see, that is the position of Balaram and Radharani, and right after that is the position of Yashoda, Samvit. That is the greatness of Yashoda. There's nobody take position of Balaram, nobody takes position of Radharani. So same thing with the Yashoda. So now from there, if we go a little further. So one time Uddhava went to Vrindavan on behalf of Krishna, and then he didn't know where to go. So when he's looking, then he came to Brajavasis. Then I'm trying to establish the greatness of Yashoda. So that because of her, he did the pastime to glorify her. So now following her, how to tune our consciousness in such a way that Krishna also does pastimes within us, within our heart. It manifests within our heart. So that is the purpose of Damodar Lila. So what you see outside Damodar Lila through and the eyes of Yashoda, it can happen within us also. So if you tune our consciousness, if you behave properly, if you do those activities where Krishna manifests, that's the reason to establish that. I'm just saying this. So now, then he came to the place, and then some Brajavasis, they were morose, they are unhappy. They said, "What happened? Krishna is not here." So I came to see Krishna's parents. I said, I came to see Krishna's parents. So where is the house? He said, "Don't worry. There is 2 rivers here. If you follow them, this is a stream. So you will reach them." I thought there's only one river in Vrindavan, which is Yamuna. But actually that's true, but the 3. One is Yamuna, the far away, that's a big one. These are 2 streams, it's a small rivers which is flowing, is actually, one is in white color, other is in a black color. One is in white color, actually is coming from separation of Yashoda. Just imagine her love for Krishna in separation. She has a profuse amount of the milk coming out from the breast. So a female got married, now pregnant, she delivered the baby. There is no milk. Because of love for the child for 9 months in the body, and then as soon as the body comes out, it's a natural manifestation of the blood. White red transforms into white color milk. And that's normal phenomena in this world. But how long they have it? Some don't get it, some have some few months, maybe a couple of years. But you have an intense love. It says that you take all mother's love for the children. Entire cosmic manifestation. In the past, present, and future. You put together. That's not even a drop compared to Yashoda, how much love she has. You and me have mother's love, and our mothers also loved us. There's nobody cannot compare. But if you just to get an analytical analysis, that if you put together all of them in the world, the universe, all the universes together, it cannot even come close, even little Yashoda. When she feels separation from Krishna, even at the old age, even thinking about Krishna, milk comes out. Even thinking about Krishna. So she's 24 hours thinking about Krishna. Profusely the milk is coming out, and is forming as a river. That's in white. Other is that when she's coming from the ears, eyes, in separation, and those drops falling from mascara, and then from there coming as a black river. These two rivers. This is the personification of person who loves for Krishna, and Krishna doesn't come, and he send you. You wanted to see, follow this. You will reach her. So just imagine. Is it possible? It's not possible. If at all it happens, it's only for one person. It doesn't mean that you and me cannot do it, but she cannot. But she is that person. And that much of love she has for Krishna. Nobody cannot even fathom or even imagine what kind of love she has. So that's the greatness of Yashoda. Okay, now we'll go a little deeper. So she also goes through so many of emotions when she's thinking about Krishna. She loves, like, which is she feels friendship, sneha. Her best friend is Krishna, and then from there comes raga, which is attachment. So through sneha, from prema sneha comes, from sneha to raga, and then Yashoda Mai has all this unlimited capacity. And actually, she also feels separation when Krishna goes out to herding cows. In the morning comes, he comes in the evening. So that time she feels separation. So that time she feels laugh. What is he doing? Did he really eat the lunch? What I sent? Did he like it? Is he safe? She's feeling all the time. And then after that, when Krishna left, she feels Niveta. That means she feels like, the entire palace is there, but he is not here. What is this? I used to cook in this pot. I used to feed him in this plate. I used to make this garland for him. This jewelry was here. These utensils were there, which he used to cook for him. But they're all there. Now Krishna has gone to Mathura. So now she goes through that. Even a little bit here and there, she looks and she connects to Krishna. She's in agony and pain. And then, and eventually she becomes Jadata, inert, immobile. She just suddenly withdraw. What is my life? Use of my life. Krishna is not here. Then she becomes Dainya. She goes to humility. My God, I wish he's here. I miss him. So many things, then eventually Chapalata, she goes to the restlessness. So why I'm saying, if you connect the dots, the sadhaka stage, people who practice, they also can experience this, which is natural. Then eventually she becomes mad, why he's not coming here? Unmad. Next time it becomes latency. Same this Unmad feeling, she also used this in the Damodar Lila. She got mad with Krishna. She wanted to punish with a stick. And then eventually Moha, she's also an illusion that, in a good illusion that Krishna covers. She doesn't know that he is son. So she goes through all these things every day, every moment, all the combination of this. And this also experienced when Damodar Lila happened, when she was giving the milk, eventually when she was feeding him, and then when she saw the milk was overflowing in the stove, she put it down. And then Krishna got upset. You know the story, all those things. I'm not going to tell the past time. I'm just preparing. What is her consciousness while she's going through? And then now eventually Krishna got upset, and then he took that stone and then broke all the pots. He ran into that. He started feeding this butter to monkeys. And when she saw, and then she got upset, and then she was chasing him. Then he was running. She was chasing him. So it took entire. You know what? How much time it took? Entire pastime. It's a full day. Yeah, It started in the sunrise. It went on to the sunset. She was trying to catch him and bind him for 12 hours. So Krishna did not. She was running. He was really fearful. And then there's no devotee in the past, in the future, and had this kind of relationship with Krishna. Everybody in servant a different mode, and then she's the only person chastised. And then she tried to tie him. So now, why it took 12 hours? Why even after 12 hours he got caught? Any comments? It's not easy. That's very nice. Why is not easy? So she before that she didn't understand. Yeah. So Krishna knows that even before also. Why you have to wait only for 12 hours? Glorify her. You're coming close. Something more. I'm just looking for a few more. Yeah, of course. Entire so glorify. And then past time is glorification only. Why only 12 hours? Why it took so long? 12 hours. Why can't 10 hours? Why can't 1 hour, 1 minute? Say. Yes, that's correct. She never gave up. Eventually, he has to surrender. Yeah. So what's happening? Vishwanath Chakravarti explains. So Krishna has many opulences. Predominantly, if you put, they come together 16. So there was a conflict going on. So for example, Krishna is supposed to be beautiful. Now, how come a beautiful person can be tied to a motor and who's crying? Just Krishna gave me empowerment to make Krishna as always beautiful. Now, if she does it, Krishna cannot be beautiful. Like, mascara is on the face, he's crying, the hair is gone, a jewelry is gone. He's not looking. So that means I won't allow that. The fame, thinking like, how Krishna will be glorified now? Because now, if he does that, then everybody will think, yes, see, Krishna got caught. Then everybody will talk about his infamy. Now, how come I accept as being a fame? How can I accept him? So, like, you want to hear about those 16 opulences? We'll just quickly run. Okay. So it says like this. First is aprachinna. That means all pervasive. Krishna is everywhere. When Krishna is everywhere, he has no no beginning, there is no end. Where is Yashoda trying to bind him? In the center, waist. How come she can bind him in the center who doesn't have a beginning and end? So this I'm not going to allow him to. Right? The second is Vibhuda. He's all powerful. He's so powerful, but now how can we get caught with? I don't allow that. So now next is 3. He's so wealthy. So wealthy person will not be buying his own backyard. Right? And now he's all knowledgeable. He knows everything. He could escape. So how can he get caught? That's a Jira. Next is Kanti, is all beauty. We already talked about it. Next is Kirti, fame. We also talked about it. The next is Tusti. Tusti is called satisfaction, but it's actually Vishwanath Chakravarti described this as renunciation. It explains that unless you are satisfied, you can never renounce. Somebody renounce artificially without satisfaction, it's a bogus. So this energy, no, he is not satisfied yet. He wanted a lot of things. How can he get renunciation? When he renounced, okay, now you can catch me. But he is not satisfied yet. You understand how this? And next is Ila, Bhumi. That's a Bhumi. She's holding. Everything is holding. That's capacity. Krishna is holding. How can somebody can hold him? He is holding everybody. Nobody cannot hold him. Next is Urja. That means vigor, strength. We talked about it. Next is
Vidya is transferred as a skills. He's so skillful. How can somebody who has more skill to catch him, bind him? Mahamaya, external energy. Yogamaya, internal energy. Who makes Krishna as a god, and so who covers Krishna as God. So now, how if we both in cases is God, so how can a God can be caught? Next is call, time factor. Pretty straightforward. And then vibhuti. So vibhuti is also called opulences. Next is jiva, living entity. So living entity is jiva, is also Krishna's opulence. So do Yashodamai. How come jiva can overpower? So these are the 15. So there's a 16th one. It's called Krupa. She's watching. All these people are talking, giving a question, answer, giving question, answer. They were all conflict going on. When the conflict going on, Krupa is watching. That's the reason it took 12 hours. The finally Krupa said, done is done. So I'll put you all aside. But I am a Krupa Shakti. It means this she has so much of love. Then I'll take her side. Her side, I'll let her catch him and tie him. So that's the reason it took 12 hours. Krupa Shakti, Krishna. Krupa means compassion. This is a. So finally Krishna says, okay, yeah, do something. What's happening? How long I have to run? You decide. they're discussing, like, strategy is going on. Vision statement is going on. He says, you come to requirement first. Say something, do something. Then how long? You're running here and there. And then eventually, it's okay. Now, I think Krishna, we made a decision. We all came to conclusion that all 15 are defeated. So we unanimously came to conclusion that you had to get caught. Then you have to, then Krishna's agreed. Because the other things, other opulence has they say, right? So even she said, and then they were actually giving hard time to them. So like that, just imagine these Shaktis. Jiva Goswami explained in Tattva Sandarbha, to understand Krishna's greatness, means we have to understand his. To understand Krishna, we have to understand his greatness. How great. We all know Krishna is great, but how great? Unless we don't have a gratitude, we cannot appreciate somebody's greatness. Without understanding greatness, we cannot relate with his sweetness. Right? The greatness and sweetness together goes together. And then now, that's how it's. So far understanding. So now, finally, Krishna catch him and tie him. When Krishna tie him, and then she goes inside. She take care of the rest of the thing. In the meantime, all his friends came, and then some girls are there. They're also there, okay, and they're trying to find out what's happening. Like, then we told you, don't be smart. You should be careful. They were also making fun of Krishna. Now Krishna is tied up, is looking at, like, just imagine, and your friends comes, and like, you're giving jnana. I told you not to do, and even if you do, you should be careful. I told you many times this and that. They're making fun, like, yeah, it's very nice. Krishna is so humiliated. And here comes Balaram. In the meantime, Balaram is with his mother, and then Rohini Balaram comes. And then Balaram says, like, then yesterday we saw, like, he got so angry. He didn't know that who did this. How dare the person who tied him? I'm here now. So who's that person? He thought friends are there playing, they tied him. So now he was like, making this big bhashan, like, this and that. How can you do this? Somebody. In the meantime, here comes ankle belts. Here, Yashodamai walks in. And she walked in the stick. Then he saw her, and then his volume ready. I'm just asking, who did this? Who do you think? Then he understood. No, why did he do this? Do you know who is he? Who is he? He's the Supreme Personality of God. Entire creation, it depends on him. He is the creator. He is the destroyer. Entire this and that. He just went on, like, oh, he is Supreme Personality of God. Who do you think you are? I'm his older brother, Balaram, Lakshman. I am a Samit Shakti, this and that. Oh, okay. Only my house is the place for you both come on. It has to happen in my home. So now just stay there. Then I'll do the same thing. Stick, all these things will go away. He said, he looked at Krishna. I told him, why did you do this? You should have kept quiet. She would have been passive, but now she got more angry. Are you really helping me? So this pastimes is happening, and then both Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, and Sevak Bhagavan Balaram, they were looking helpless. Helpless. Because her love is so predominant. And they could not do anything. They could not do anything. And then eventually, the pastime. So, and then, of course, there were many reasons why it's explained. Why Krishna also doesn't want to get bind. Because she bind, he knows that she will go inside. Because he thought if she don't get bind, she will take him in the lap. There's many reasons, right? Because when she was perspiring, the smell comes out of her body. You and me, I don't know about you. If I work out, the smell comes out is not so nice. But her smell is like there is a place, there is a name used. The Sanskrit name for that. That's not kasturi. I have written here. I'll tell you. Agur. Yeah. So that he wanted to smell. And also when she's perspiring, running, she was also doing what do you call that? Breathing heavily. So that time he wanted to come close to her heart. And then her heart, she was praying Krishna. When that's the kirtan going on her heart, that melody was so sweet. He wanted to hear. The Krishna has his own reasons why he don't want to get caught, so that he want to come on her lap, he can smell, he can be with her, and then he would hug her, and then she wanted to, looking for her love, manifestation, these kind of things. Just imagine Supreme Personality of Godhead looking for that kind of love, and he can never found anywhere else in Madhurya. Aishwarya Madhurya, not Aishwarya, Vatsalya Madhurya. That's one of the reasons. Vishwanath Chakravarti explains why you don't want to get. And also, Krishna also trying to teach us many things. So now, if you see, these all gopis, they brought their ropes. So they never tried. Yashoda, take a break. We will try. Krishna is trying to show us. No, he said. They all gave it to her, and she tried. So we can never go directly to Krishna. We always go through devotee, guru, right? So when we do that, then that's a Krishna is telling Arjuna, it's also telling us whatever is at the path, you also follow. So we have to follow the protocol. Nobody can storm into the spiritual world. They have to get the qualification, they have to follow the path. And then, you heard. And then now finally what happened? Nanda Maharaj came. So then he pulled his motor, grinding motor, between the two trees who's standing there, who's nothing but Nala Kuvera and Kuvera, sons of Kuvera, who got cursed. You know the story. So when they fell down, the big noise came. Krishna also gave this noise in installment to different people in different ways. Even the sound came, the sound heard by different devotees in different ways. He did not make it happen right away to Yashoda, right away to Nanda Maharaj. Like in this reason, because he wanted to give some space for these two devotees. He wanted to speak to them. When if somebody comes, and they cannot talk. There was a conversation between sons of Kuvera with Krishna. So why he got curse and all those things. He says Krishna didn't want to spend a lot of time. Okay, we'll leave fast because other people are coming. You want to continue the pastime. So finally Nanda Maharaj came. And when Nanda Maharaj came, then as soon as he saw Krishna is safe or not, was he safe? Then what happened? Then he says, how can somebody can do this? Then who is he used the word actually, witch. Who's the witch who tied Krishna like this? He didn't know, like Balaram, that who did this. Then when he said that, and then Krishna's friends also tried to untie it. They could not untie, because why? They are in the servant relationship. So she's at Madhurya, Vatsalya Madhurya. When that relation, he could not, they could not untie that. But Nanda Maharaj came, he's also equal to Yashoda, right? And then now he could able to tie. And when he came, then finally Yashoda also came out. When Nanda Maharaj was chastising her, then he understood, oh my God. So far her love is going through these different symptoms. Like, for now she did not think about that direction. What if Krishna got hurt with these trees? Then she's feeling bad. She felt so bad. My love for Krishna has become an obstacle for him, and also it's going to be pain for him. So she wanted to hide. She wanted to run away. In the meantime, when she went inside, she was actually doing other. And then finally, the gopis, Rukmini says, you see, she understood. Rukmini understood. Because now Rohini, not Rukmini. Rohini understood, and then now she felt bad. Nanda Maharaj also understood. Krishna also understood. But he wanted to make little passion a little bit more intense. So Krishna says, when she came here, Krishna didn't want to see her. You are not my mother. Go away. You let me do this. And you let me go through this. I don't want to talk to you. That was a big heavy blow to her. And then she felt so bad, and she ran inside. And that's where Rohini felt like, somebody has to pacify her. Krishna is not in the mood right now. And then Nanda Maharaj was angry. He did not say it, but he was showing profusely angry. He didn't want to say anything. And then he took Krishna on his lap. And Krishna is only between 2 and 3 years old. Like a little baby. And then she passes me. Krishna is also doing some drama here. Holding him. Thank you very much. Mommy did this to me. All these things. So finally, then he hold, and he was going inside. In the meantime, Rohini was saying she felt bad, and she said, and how do this is a test of devotees. People also go through this. And he didn't want, he said, I don't want to deal with this. Some devotees walk away. And Rohini said, you know what? Krishna did not eat anything. He was tired. He's hungry. Yashoda, can you do something? When she heard that, Krishna did not, yeah, correct. Then she went to the kitchen, she started cooking. She forgot. So that's a devotion. You and me have issues here and there, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is necessary for making serve to Krishna and the devotees. We have to forget and move forward. She went inside, she made elaborate amounts of prasada. In the meantime, Krishna is pacified, and then she is also a very great cook, and she does pass, and the entire dining table is ready. And then Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, they were all there. And then the Krishna is still angry. And then when she came here, and then he understood. Then it's time now. He started glorifying her. Oh, mother, come here. As soon as she saw that he is calling, she came in running. She held him. And then there is nobody like you. He started going. There's so much of glorification he gives to his mother. And then now, so far, this is the highlight. We all know everybody feeds Krishna. Did you ever know Krishna fed anybody? So now Krishna took prasadam and started feeding his mother. And this phenomena, even the demigods are saying, this is unheard. He only knows how to take the service. And he is feeding his mother. What a personality is this person. And then wiping her tears, and then she hugged him, and everything is done. So finally she took him to the bed, and then Krishna is about to sleep. He said, don't do this next time, don't leave me. And then Yashoda Mai is also pacified. Okay, you also don't do this natak. So pacified, and then eventually they started, then she was putting him to bed. Then Krishna says, tell me the story. Tell me some story. Then you know the story, what she said. Anybody can guess? Any other guess? Yeah. You don't know. It's actually a story of Dhruva Maharaj. The small child who has so much of love, and he's actually been taken care by Narada Muni. And he said, oh, Narada Muni, I also want to take initiation from Narada Muni. So Narada Muni has so much of space. In the same time, there's nobody equal to him. Narada Muni actually made so many devotees. So many devotees come from his preaching. So Dhruva Maharaj came, same thing here. Of course, Prahlad Maharaj also. In this situation, he picked this Dhruva Maharaj pastime. And he said, I also want to take, where is he? When is he going to come here? So like that, so this pastime is all is a glorification of Yashodamai, who is so pure. Even Krishna and Balaram even could not do anything. She chastises him, she loves him so much. So if rest of the month, Damodar Lila, we don't talk about him, hear about him, do singing, all those things is going on. But however, if we can tune our consciousness through the eyes of, we cannot, practically we cannot, but at least theoretically, even a little bit about Yashodamai, and then that pastime can happen in our heart. Our heart can be a fertile ground when we hear about the pastimes through this tuning process, and we can taste a little bit. We can take a few steps close to Krishna. You can appreciate the greatness of Krishna through the greatness of his devotee. In this case, Vatsalya Madhurya Bhav of Yashoda. So we can pray for her. So it also says that you can pray to Yashoda, please help me. The way you serve me, I cannot, nobody cannot, but however, we will follow your footsteps. Give me the taste to serve your kana. Give me an opportunity to serve. Give me a mood, a consciousness in such a way that I also, that what I feel doesn't matter. When I feel it doesn't matter. But somehow I want to give my best shot and serve him. So that's the tuning process for whole month. So I'll stop here a few minutes for questions or comments. If you have any corrections, please let me know. Yes.
What is the meaning of fast? Why is it called fast and not dance?
See, every month has a name. Like, every month has a name. Like, Phalguni, Shravani, Bhadrapada, like different names. So this is also name, one such name. Like, we have Monday, Somavar, Mangalavar, Budavar. These are named after a personality. Soma means moon. Mangalavar is like that. So Suryavar, Sunday is like that. So even all this personification of months, and then even Kartik has a name. So Damodar Lila happened in the month of Kartik, and then many pastimes happened. That's reason actually predominant Lila is Damodar. That's reason it's also called Damodar Lila. But the name is Kartika. Yes, Prabhu.
The particular nakshatra has been come on the moon day.
Constellation.
Moon day is called Kritika nakshatra. And like that, every nakshatra has one on moon day, like Lucian, and
Margishta.
like that is Pushya nakshatra on Pausha. So it is called Pausha. Like that, all nakshatra has come to the all government on the particular day of full moon.
Yeah.
This is called Kartik.
Yeah. So they also personification. Each month has a name, and then Adhika Mas also comes. Like that's called Purushottam month. Out of all months, Purushottam month is once in a while it comes. Means after so many years, it's called Purushottam, the greatest. Like that, Purushottama. Yes.
Also another name of Kirtika, who is the mother of Radharani. So yes, it is named after the Kritika, the nakshatra, but it's also associated with the mother of.
It's the personification of the people who are given Pandava Vijay Ekadasi. Why? Because
dedicated to Bhima, who cannot fast. He is Vrikodar. So the name was given to him. Bhishma Ekadasi. Like in different persons as given. Like for example, even if you drive, the freeway names is named after some personality because the persons they have done something. Like Washington Street, Gandhi Road. If you go to India, everywhere MG Road. You know that these personalities have done. So they named their name was used for different purposes to show their greatness, what they have contributed. Yes. Any other comments, questions? Yes, please.
You mentioned that the little friends were seeing him. So I it said that Srimati Radharani
saw him at that time and thought that, oh, all of this happened because he was hungry and he was stealing butter, so she wanted to cook for him, so he wouldn't be hungry.
Exactly. And then, yeah, that's right. There's so many actually, we didn't have time. There's so many things happening with it. Ultimately, such a tuning the consciousness for the pastime to happen, and we can appreciate. We can also feel grateful for the rest of the month. That otherwise, what happens? Yeah, reading Damodar, doing the lamp, it is good. It can be ritual also. So that season, like it says, spiritual. SP starts with Srila Prabhupada. If you take SP, it's ritual. In between I, SPI. This is a so we always keep the Guru in front. Then a ritual becomes spiritual with our endeavor. I, SPI ritual. This I concocted. So that's it. So we'll end here. Thank you very much. Now we'll all stand up. So Kirtan will be short today because of the we do Kirtan right after Aarati we stop, and then we do Damodar, and then followed with Singh prayer and Prasada. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Damodar Mat ki. Yashoda Maya ki.
There's Prabhu King.